Hello, welcome to Somerset News Channel. It's not a story I want to tell, but it's just niggling at me and I've got to get the story out. I'll try and tell you as much as I can. You know, we had the problems with my MP, and eventually, because I did the video, Where's My MP? He came up and then helped solve my little problem. Well, I had problems with the police over a comment on a Facebook page. It was a one-line comment, that's all. It was factual, it was the truth, so there shouldn't have been a problem. But it was classed as a hate crime. It took me 4 months to fight that. In the end, all the information I had that proved my statement was true, I fired off to the police constable. And I don't think they wanted what I had brought up in court. I just said it was a matter of free speech. It was my opinion. It was fact. It wasn't defamatory. And it wasn't libelous. In that case, it would have been a civil matter. But it wasn't aimed at anybody. It was just having a go on the ether. But somebody complained. Now, we are finding out all sorts of things. And trying to figure out exactly what I'm not sure. This is my understanding at this time. There's a guy on the local forum, this is where I made the comment, who's an LGBTQ, whatever it is, activist. He's a diversity officer for a company. There's the other guy who is actually controlling the police, who I now find out is a Freemason. And he's using his mates in the police to harass me. That's all I can think of. My Microsoft account was hacked. I couldn't get into any files on my computer. I didn't understand why. I had this thing here, my computer box. I had it made up for me for doing videos and doing chats and doing this and doing editing. It's brilliant machine. And I got what I wanted. And I had to buy Microsoft 365. I think it was about £75 one-off payment, which I did, and I got it, and I was using it, and it was working fine. Then all of a sudden, I can't get into any of my files. And I got files all over the place. It was working on my laptop, everything, but not on this PC. I thought, that's odd. Now it turns out that the guy that's a diversity officer works for a computer company. Now does he know, or is he in a relationship with the guy who's controlling the police? I don't know the answer to that. But my suspicion is they might know each other. I just find it all very odd. And there's another couple of people that are involved that are mates of theirs that link together. How? I'm not sure. And I can't definitively say that's the guy that did it. It's been, what, 10 years since I ever seen this guy I got rid of him. And he went. He used to come into the workshop. And he was a pain in the ass. He wouldn't leave. I had to physically almost throw him out of the workshop. Anyway, one day, I'm working on it. I got to checker a gun for a guy that wants it in a couple of days' time. Now, checkering takes time and it takes concentration, and I can't do it when I'm cross. I got to be relaxed. Anyway, I'm working away and he turns up and he won't go. I said, can you go? I've got to concentrate on this job. It was a purdy I was doing. Gun was worth about 14,000, 15,000 pounds. So I was trying to do the best job I could on it. Anyway, he said, well, I'm working for you today. I said, no, you're bloody not. He said, I work for you. I said, no, you bloody don't. Anyway, I threw him out and thought no more of it. Then the phone rings. It's a warehouse that sells guns. Can they have a copy of my RFD? Why? I'm thinking, what's going on here? Oh, Mr. Beep, 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 that works for you. And I said, he doesn't work for me. He's ordered 2 guns. I said, he doesn't work for me. Well, what am I going to do with these guns? Well, that's your problem. And I didn't send him my ticket. Don't know what happened. So now I'm trying to get rid of this guy. I'm trying to fall out with him. I'm having a go at him every time he comes in the workshop. My registered firearms dealer, which is called an RFD, to work on firearms, is my livelihood. I need that. I have a couple of people that help me. I have a shooting coach and I have a part-time assistant, and he does my welding for me because I'm not allowed to do any weld because I've now got a pacemaker and welding is out. I can work the machinery, that's okay now, but I can't do any welding. So I got a friend that helps me and he comes down once a week. But this guy doesn't work for me. He's never worked for me. He's always been a pain in the ass. Anyway, I'm trying to get rid of him. Anyway, my mate Phil, who runs the shooting on the farms here, he's like the shoot captain. And we do the pest control, crow shooting, pigeon shooting. And he's organising a day on rape. And it's 2010 maybe, 2008, 2010, something like that, 2010. And no, maybe a bit later than that, 2013 maybe, I don't know. It's back in time. Phil comes into the workshop, has a cup of tea. The other guy never got a cup of tea, I hated him. Anyway, so Phil says that this guy that controls the police, that's caused all the trouble, has been going to the farmer, the landowner, the land agent, and the contractors. It's 900 acres of rape. And he's been trying to get the shooting on it for years. And it's Phil's little team, and I'm one of them, that do the pest control. So I've now fallen out with Collins over this RFD thing. And he's now trying to get back into my good books. So he's being nice to me. Now I'm doing videos for YouTube on my other channel, which is Country Sports TV. He knows I like to go pigeon shooting. So he invites me to shoot on new ground that he's got rape on, and he needs a gang out to shoot because it's big ground. Now I didn't connect the two. I'm going with Phil on our ground, and I didn't connect the two, but Phil now tells me that he's got to give this guy a hide. I said I'm going to give him a hide just to shut him up, because he's pestering them so much. So he's allowed to have one hide for him and his son. There's only two of them. Anyway, he comes into me. This is on the Wednesday before the Saturday when we're all going out. And he says, it's all arranged, and it's February, and it's cold, and it's frosty, and it's snow on the ground. Oh, I don't really want to go. Hello. Pigeon shooting is normally on stubble. It's in the summer, when they're just after they've harvested the crop, and you've got to keep the pigeons down, so if there's any more crops around, they're not going to get hit by pigeons too much. It's lovely out in the summer. It's February. It's frosty in the mornings, but it is clearing by the afternoon, so the ground's wet and sticky, Oh, it's horrible. I don't want to go. But Phil's arranged for this Saturday, and I said, yeah, I'll do a couple of hours, see how I get on. So trouble comes in on the Wednesday. I don't want to name him, that wouldn't be fair. He comes in on the Wednesday and says, we've got new ground to shoot on, there's hundreds of pigeons all over the place, and it's on. I said, all right, okay. I said, but I've been invited somewhere else. If that falls through, yeah, I'll take you up on your offer. At that stage, I didn't connect the two. Anyway, on the Thursday, Phil comes in, says, all right for the Saturday? I said, yeah, no problem. Now, we've been hitting the pigeons in January and early February. Now, this is the first week in February, and we'd left it alone for a couple of days. I don't know, 7-10 days we'd left it to let it settle down a bit, because you just can't keep shooting pigeons and pigeons, but you stagger it out. So Phil comes in and says, I've got to give this guy a hide. And I said, well, he's invited me out pigeon shooting with him. Then the penny dropped. He's invited me to go shooting on my own ground. But he doesn't know that I know Phil. And this is getting funny now. Anyway, on the Friday morning, Phil phones me up and says, you'll never guess what happens. I said, no, go on. He said, the guy, I don't know, let's call him the Pratt, to give him a name. Pratt's just phoned me. He's got his team of shooters ready for Saturday morning, and don't worry about it, he got it covered. So Phil told him, well, you've only got one hide. Oh, no, I got 6 blokes coming out, and Ian Scumrall's coming out as well, the gunsmith. He knows what he's doing. Oh, no. There's obviously the pennies dropped now, we know what's going on. So Phil told the Pratt that he ain't shooting, he ain't going there, it was only for him only, and he's not going, he's not to go anywhere near it. Anyway, come Saturday morning, there's a frost on the ground to start with, but there's sort of like drizzle in the air, frozen drizzle. Odd. Anyway, I packed the car, I got my gloves and my waterproofs on. Anyway, I get to the field, I go up the little lane, on the little lane's got a little nick round it, so you can just put a car up there and nobody can see you from the road. And I got a backpack and my gun. So I got a few decoys, a backpack and a net. That's all I got. I didn't think I was going to be there long. And the backpack turns upside down and becomes a seat. It's got one of those blue plastic barrels in it. I had a great morning. It was horrible. It was very fine drizzle that could have been snow, but it was just not freezing. And the ground was sticky. Anyway, I set me hide up and I thought, well, because the Pratt was going to shoot it, I'll do it for a couple hours and see how I get on. Anyway, I'm there and we're having a good time, and I drunk me coffee and I tried to keep warm. I had a few pigeons on the ground, it's all right. Phil and the others were supposed to be the other side of the road. I had three fields to shoot on, and I picked my spot. There was supposed to be 4 guys behind me at the other side of the road, in the other, I don't know, 700 acres. I didn't hear a shot. I thought it was odd. Anyway, about 10:15ish, I heard a pop. Now, I know Phil uses a 410, and that's what it sounded like. And I thought, oh, that's Phil in his 410. I won't worry about that. He's still going. I'll stay a bit longer. Then going up and down the lane are blue flashing lights. The police are everywhere. I'm sat in my hide. I'm in the field behind the hedge. They can't see me. I can see them. They're going up and down the lane, and there's blue flashing lights and sirens and God knows what. I didn't know what was going on. Anyway, I'd had enough. Nothing was happening. No pigeons were coming in. So I packed up, put stuff in the car, and I came home. Afterwards, I found out it was 2 ladies walking their dogs along the railway line. There's a footpath that goes along the railway line. And this car, we think owned by the Pratt, came from the church on the east side, came down to the railway line where the bridge is, where the farmers go over. There's deer in the field the other side, which is known by our farmer. It's another farmer that lives down there. He shoots a deer, gets into his car, goes down, picks it up and drives off. The 2 ladies phoned the police. That's what all the blue flashing lights were. The farmer's seen all this from down there, and he tells me the story that it's the Pratt's car, and he's come down, he's shot the deer and he's gone off. That's he's illegally shooting, right? He's shooting from a footpath, which is also illegal. And it's gone. Police come, blue flashing lights, try and find him. This is what he's up to. Anyway, Phil went to the police and explained that the farmer had seen the Pratt in his car shoot the deer, pick it up and disappear. Do you know what the police said? Oh, it was an exercise, no need to worry, Phil. So the Pratt got away with it again. Copper investigated his mate. And this is what's going on all the time. How do I, get sense out of anybody? Anyway, that's my little story for today. There's more to this story that I got to tell, and I'll tell you that next time.